happy to be here today to show you what work I've been dealing with lately. I've been building environments that allow sellers to create online 3D immersive shopping environments. Okay.
Most will just have to hold the mic close to their mouth.
What I'm showing you right now is a store that's built to show off apparel. It's an apparel store, obviously. In this particular case, this store has close to 20,000 items in it. This store, when it was created, was built as an Amazon affiliate store. A lot of work went into the architecture of the environment, the fixtures, the layout, etc. What you're looking at now, I built 8 years ago using technology called the Torque Game Engine. And this is a shopping world called Kinset, which enjoyed a relatively short run during 2007, 2008, as we tried to promote this and get some capital funding and move it on to the next, really to the next level. Kinset is an actual shopping world. It has multiple stores. By the time we finished this up, there were about a dozen stores that had, as I said, multiple thousands of items. In the Christmas of 2007, Brookstone agreed to partner with Kinset, and we opened a 3D online store that they were enthusiastic about for approximately 3 months. And then, because they weren't selling everything in the store, they decided this isn't where the future was. So, in any event, in 2008, as I was trying to make this move along, economic situation and other factors, which I'll get into a little later, conspired to make this kind of a difficult play for that period of time. So I went away and did something else for a little while. So I've always been really intrigued by the idea of building environments like this that people could wander about and enjoy what's called shopping as entertainment, where retailers, individual sellers could utilize what's called visual merchandising, which is not well utilized on the flat web today, to really lay out their products and to provide a rich, complicated, complex environment, visually complex environment that surpasses anything you're going to see on a flat two-dimensional web page. So I decided to get back into this last year and make another effort and try to see what I could do in the VR realm. My motivations really were principally the rise of independent retailers, people who are now selling through Shopify and Etsy and are very invested in the products they're trying to sell. Unlike something like a Best Buy or a Target, who really, frankly, kind of thinks everything is perfect the way it is. Also, within the last 2 years, WebGL works everywhere. All browsers finally now support performance 3D graphics. This is another factor that caused me to think about getting into this some more. Powerful tools like Unity, Unreal Editor, Three.js, and Babylon.js make approaching these kind of problems much simpler, or at least easier than they were in the past. And I still believe there are real sincere opportunities to improve the shopping experience. This environment that I'm going to show you is built for Etsy sellers primarily in the first run. And the idea is to increase traffic for them due to in-world traffic from the shoppers that they all are sharing. It's really, the idea is if you're an Etsy seller right now, one of the biggest complaints you'll see in most forums is that nobody's getting any promotion, they get no exposure, there's a lot of frustration. So in the same way that a flea market or a bazaar helps the various retailers kind of integrate their various their audiences, the idea here is to try to provide a different way for Etsy sellers to gain traffic and promote their stuff. Part of what I'm building is a capability to build stores and to share those stores with other sellers, which gives you true ability to visually merchandise, to mix products that are compatible with one another. And things that we can do once it gets moving along is give reports on items that are of interest, the traffic pattern heat maps, A/B testing of stores is also a possibility as we move forward. And then for shoppers, there are people who actually enjoy shopping as entertainment. They tend to be female for the most part, but I enjoy it, and this is the reason why I'm into it the way I am. What this system allows you to do is build multiple and custom shopping worlds. There's not just one shopping world. Multiple worlds can be put together. Curated worlds, walled garden worlds. It's all supported. And customized world for the shopper is also supported as well. This will have social shopping, product tagging, comments, all that stuff that you expect to have. I'm using Babylon JS because it has a really large array of capabilities compared to other things that I've worked with. I've done work with pretty much every 3D thing out there, Alternativa, Papervision, GLG, 3JS. Babylon JS is more like a game engine than many of the other JavaScript things I've used. So what you're going to see is built using Babylon JS. One of the first things I did with this software is to try to understand what its performance was. And again, I built a bookstore. This is a bookstore that's got in Babylon JS running in a browser. It has, in this case, there are 32,000 books in this bookstore. They're all high res as you approach them. The exercise here was to understand really what the limits were of the optimization that can be done. So this was really what got me to think, I think I can actually do this in a browser now. So let's see. So that's the bookstore. Okay, let me show you what I've actually been working on finally. So, Infinite Stores really starts off as kind of like a typical looking web page. This is the portal that the sellers will primarily involve themselves with. And really, there's nothing surprising here. It's really a list of all the current stores that are available and a way for you to get in. Once you're logged in as an Etsy seller, you then have the ability to create a store or to go in world and to deal with the stores that you're responsible for. What I'm showing now is the world editor. This is the state of the Infinite Store shopping worlds that exists right now. The idea is that there will be potentially an unlimited number of stores. There's technology in place to really handle just a never-ending array of stores. Each of these boxes is assigned to one or multiple sellers, and you can do things like resize them, move them around. Any seller can reposition their store if they want to. And anybody can create a shopping world and put stores into that shopping world. Demonstrating right now how simple it is to just basically move stuff around, resize stores, that kind of thing. Once you're finished, this tends to be an administrative thing dealing with the layout of the worlds. But once you want to start editing a store, you can basically focus in on a store, move in, and start to deal with assets. Now, stores are built using fixtures that are supplied from a library. So anybody who wants to build a store doesn't have to get involved in 3D modeling. They basically can choose fixtures, decorations, lighting even from a library that's provided for them. So it's kind of like a Lego style approach to putting stores together. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is this is quickly going to show you how I actually get products into the store. Obviously, in 10 minutes, I can't go into a lot of detail about all the various aspects of this. It does include a back-end content management system. It includes the library parts, as I said. So what I'm doing right now is I'm picking out a fixture. I'm going to lay it in the middle of the store. I'm choosing it from a basically a warehouse of fixtures that I have available. Once this gets placed in World, once it gets placed in World, this is the most important part.
You can go over a little.
All right,
Let's take some time off.
All right, I'll just end it here after this thing, and then we'll go to the next one afterwards. What I want to do now is I want to put some products from my Etsy store into this onto this fixture. So, how do I go about doing that? This is the vendor I'm interested in. Cute and Clay it's called. So I don't have any way to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this fixture, and at the bottom you'll see there's a link that says "Get the bookmark." What this does is it's going to allow me to drag a button up into my my bookmarklets bar. Get it up there. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to indicate that I want to put products from Etsy on this fixture. Go to the Cute and Clay store, and that bookmarklet that's now a button up in the top bar, what that is, for anybody who doesn't understand bookmarklets, this is really a way to inject JavaScript code into the page that's already in the browser. Do an analysis of the page and find all the assets that are available. Once I have those assets, I can then basically send them over to the 3D world. And they will get picked up on the they get picked up onto the shelf.
Yeah.
And then you can duplicate the shelving.
That was a polite way to cut some off, wasn't it?